guys ready to roll? You guys ready to roll with a fat guy?
Yes.
Just when you thought you were safe.
You're never gonna be safe.
Ever gonna be safe from this fart party! We're gonna fart around with two more farty movies. The first one, 1995's Congo, directed by Frank Marshall. Frank Marshall's not so much of a director.
Not really.
He's known mostly for the executive producer of all three Back to the Future movies, Gremlins and Gremlins 2, The New Batch, and Goonies.
Amazing.
And he produced Poltergeist,
Amazing.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Amazing.
and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Amazing.
And he was executive producer on the other two Indiana Jones films, as well as the second unit director of all three Indiana Jones films.
I thought there was 4.
No, there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
No. What about like the Crystal Skull one with
The
like
what?
bad CGI?
The what? No, there's... The what?
I remember how like Harrison Ford goes into that fridge to survive the nuclear explosion?
No. There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. That's a fact.
There's 4.
That's a fact.
No, there's 4.
I don't know what you're talking
like,
about.
2000s, I think? Like late 2000s?
I don't know. Never heard of it. So, Congo. This movie opens like the beginning of The Lion King. One of the most unbelievable characters in this film is Tim Curry's character, Mr. Homolka. Somehow even creepier than Pennywise the Clown. Another character I loved in this, Ernie Hudson's character.
He's amazing in this.
Right? Now listen, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan.
Yeah.
You're a big Ghostbusters
Favorite
fan.
movie.
You're a big Ghostbusters fan. We're all big Ghostbusters fans. How could you not? But his character in Congo might be my favorite Ernie Hudson role of all time.
Yes, it's a fart party movie, so...
So all of those great characters in this movie, yet they're not the star of the movie. They're upstaged by a monkey.
Talking monkey.
Well, not technically talking. You see, she knows sign language.
Yeah.
And she uses this Nintendo Power Glove, and it translates through a robot voice.
Yeah.
But the best thing about Amy is not the sign language. It's that she's a hard-drinking, hard-smoking gorilla.
At 7 years old.
And guess what?
What?
I've been saving this.
You have?
It's a surprise.
Surprise.
You ready for this?
Yes.
About to blow your mind.
Okay.
Live on the Fart Party, we have all the way from the Congo,
All the way.
the smokingest, drinkingest, sign languageist monkey you've ever met. Amy! Come on in.
Amy said, Amy think you took a whiz in her beer.
What?
Amy said,
No, that never happened.
No.
I would never do that.
it's your pee.
No, maybe him. That's
Come on.
disgusting!
I wouldn't do that. Come on, man.
Wow. I'm embarrassed. I feel like a real monkey's uncle. Ow! You're having a good time up here, aren't you? You're just really aping it up. Ow! All right, you know what? We got a show to do.
Yeah.
Quit monkeying around. Ow! All right, thank you, Amy. Come back on in a little bit.
And when you're not drunk.
Yeah. So sober up, for Christ's sake. This monkey needs to go to a meeting. Alcoholic Apes Anonymous. AAA. Ow! 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 cool scene is when they are on a plane trying to land into the Congo, and they're being shot down by like the local warlords or whatever. Congo's off limits, man. You know what goes on in the Congo? I don't know. I won't go to the Congo. I'm not allowed. Let's shoot my plane down.
You shot my plane down.
His plane went down. Yeah. Only survivor. Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Every time. The warlords are shooting these heat-seeking missiles at the plane. It's rocking the plane. And they get the bright idea to start launching flares at the heat-seeking missile. Yeah. The pacing in this movie is so odd. It's almost like a Joe Johnston movie. There is a part when they find a guy who was on the original expedition. He's like half dead. And the local people are doing the ceremony around them. And he kind of springs back to life, but the minute he sees Amy, he dies. He dies from looking at a monkey. Have you been to the Congo?
Have you ever seen a gorilla before?
Do apes frighten you or your children?
Monkeys could be deadly to your health.
Gorillas, scary stuff.
Does the thought of even going to a zoo make you pee your pants?
Does Curious George upset you?
King Kong, not on my watch.
Have you been abused by an ape?
Scary monkeys.
If you or a loved one have been killed in the Congo by looking at an ape, call us, the professionals. We're ready to believe you. So eventually, when they get to the lost city of Zenj, it looks like Legends of the Hidden Temple from Nickelodeon.
But that looks better. Yeah.
Like, I was just waiting to see, like, a kid running around.
Trying to find, like, a key in a pit of sand or something.
I think this whole Congo business is no good for anybody. I think that these talking and smoking and drinking gorillas need their own planet. A planet of the apes. Ah!
What is life? Why are we even here?
Waterworld. 1995's Waterworld, directed by Kevin Reynolds. Kevin Reynolds is also known for another Kevin Costner vehicle, 1991's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This is basically Mad Max in the water. Yeah.
It would make a great video game.
It really would. It's apparently there's like a really good stunt show at Universal Studios that's been going on like since 95. So you got Kevin Costner's character, the Mariner. He just kind of lives on his own, scavenging things from the sea, living on a boat, which makes no sense because he could breathe underwater.
Yeah, he just should live underwater.
He should just,
He'd have no troubles.
He basically is Aquaman, right? Like,
he's a guy who also has skills under his ears.
Yeah, he has gills and he does like that. He can like swim real quick and jump out of the water. And let me tell you, that Kevin Costner makes balding look cool.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
So this movie starts like any good movie should start, by a man drinking his own urine.
Beautiful.
He's gargling that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, girl.
whole world's been flooded, right? This is in the future. The polar ice caps melted.
Which is probably gonna be us in like 10 years.
Yeah, this is basically a documentary. And the whole world's underwater, and he goes down there and finds like cool things, like a jar of dirt, and some dude's like, "Is this real dirt?" And like tastes it. Like, what if it was fake dirt? We'd be like, "Ah, this is graham cracker crumbs. What are you trying to fool, Costner? It's hot cocoa mix. This ain't dirt." The mariners in this weird floating town thing,
Yeah.
and he runs afoul of the bad guys, who are called the Smokers,
Why?
because all they do is smoke. So Dennis Hopper is the leader of the Smokers, and he loses his eyeball.
Yeah.
So it's like a joke, so they make him look silly.
Yeah,
he-
you give him like a weird fake eyeball.
Yeah, and he looks like Sloth from the Goonies, or Jason Voorhees with his mask off. Like, what was the point of it? What was the point of him? Because
Well, you gotta have puns.
it was just for him to pun, to just pun around. That was the only reason why. See, I think maybe they thought like, oh, an eye patch looks cool. Like, we're going for a water thing and a pirate thing, and pirates got eye patches. And
Yeah, pretty cool.
Dennis Hopper's got to have one. Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fishing here. So then there's this whole thing with this lady who helps him and her kid, and her kid's got a tattoo of where the dry land is,
Yeah.
and whatever. Maybe the best, worst ending of a film I've ever seen. This guy comes in a dirigible, like this floating thing, and they're getting out of there. Good old one-eyed Dennis Hopper shoots the little girl, and she falls. She drops into the water. They gotta get her. They gotta save her.
Yeah.
And Dennis Hopper and these other guys and jet skis, they're all zooming in. They're all coming in at the same time. And they're, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then Kevin Costner bungee jumps, because that was really big in the 90s, and grabs her and shoots back up. And what happens? Dennis Hopper and these other knuckle nuts smash into each other.
An explosion.
Biggest explosion you've ever seen, with Kevin Costner being launched up in front of a green screen, holding this little kid.
It looks amazing.
It's-
Top-notch things.
Oh, man, it's gorgeous. Fart party!